Can you get the team news, please?
What do you want to know?
As much as possible, please.
Well, we're probably same group of players roughly as last week. Craig Dawson's doing quite well, so we'll see how he is. Angelique Bonner's coming back. He's coming on from his cruciate, so hopefully we'll have most of our players fit. Luca's got a knock. We don't know how he's going to be yet. And Mickey Antonio had a bit of a knock as well, but he's trained today, so we'd expect him to be okay.
I had the pleasure of watching a bit of training, Maxwell, Cornet and Scamacca. They look like really good signings for you. Do you think they're ready to start yet, or maybe another week?
I think they're ready to start. I think it's just a decision if we're ready to play them yet. So they're getting much closer to it, that's for sure. They've had a few weeks training now.
You decided to move a couple on this week. Can you just talk to me about them and best for them to move on? Was it all good money from Fulham?
Well, I think it was important that Arthur left, and he's been great for us, and we just felt that we wanted Arthur to get more playing time. He didn't play as much last year, so it was an opportunity for him. The same with Nicky Vlasic. We brought him in and we just couldn't guarantee that we were going to find a position and also a chance to play him. So there was a loan for him. And Issa had felt that he was going to be not involved as much, so the decision was taken that we would sell him.
But you obviously want more bodies anyway. It's a big season, so many games. Does this sort of enhance the need for more incomings?
Well, it's important that you get good players in to help you. We just don't want to fill the places for the sake of doing so. We're going to try and add people who we think can make the team better or can bring some value to the team already. So we'll try and do that. There's never any guarantee in it. We're trying really hard. We've made lots of offers, but quite often you don't always get them to go through.
One player, Thibaut Kehrer, the defender of PSG, that sounds more of a positive one. Is there an update on that one, Dave?
Well, if I was going to give an update, I'd first of all give it to my club TV. That's what I would do first of all, and tell them what was going to happen. So we're not any further forward with it at the moment, but we are progressing it.
A Premier League club in London has offered talks and terms to Memphis Depay. Is that West Ham?
No, it's not us. If it is, I don't know about it, that's for sure.
In terms of when you get this, and clubs get it, and managers get it, is the message from you always, I make the decisions at the end of the day? Because it's the time of season, isn't it? You'll get offers and players potentially coming to you. You have the final say.
Well, I think lots of clubs might work in a different way, so I don't know if that is completely true at every club. I think there's some clubs who might work through sporting directors or maybe in a different way. So it can vary from whatever club you're at.
Matthias Nunes, Portuguese midfielder, has been linked with a few clubs as well. Would that be West Ham as well, or was that?
Yeah, we bid for him, but the boy chose not to come. Yeah.
And again, that's just move on from that then, and other targets.
That's all you do, yeah.
That's what happens in the summer, is that you get a number of targets, plan B, plan C's, or just a number of good players?
Yeah, well, we're hoping to try and add players so it can make us competitive, and we want to try and continue to be around the top of the league. So we're going for good players. I want good quality players if I can get them. But sometimes good quality players have other options or other ideas, so you can miss out at times as well.
One player who was linked with coming back here, we talked, Jesse Lingard, obviously going to Forest eventually. Some fans in July, were planning to throw pound notes in the away end. That's not going to happen now, but some fans still aren't very happy with him. Do you understand that?
Well, the player has his own choice to go wherever he wants. I've got to say the directors and the owners here made a great offer for Jesse. We really did. We tried, pushed the boat out to try and get him. We didn't get him. We chose Notts Forest. It was Jesse's choice, not ours. So it was no failing of the club what they tried to do to get him.
Forest are potentially signing 3 more players today.
Mm-hmm.
They've signed a lot of players, haven't they? Just in your opinion, as they're your opponents on Sunday, is that admirable, or is there sometimes a worry as a newly promoted side there can be too many incomings?
Well, I'm not an expert in Notts Forest. I know that we play them in the next game, so I might not be the best one to ask about their incomings, the reasons why they'll be bringing them or who they're bringing. But look, I've got big respect for the manager, Steve Cooper. I think he's done an incredible job to get Nottingham Forest in the Premier League from where they were last year. So you'd have to give them huge praise for what they've done. But I can't really answer the question on their signings or what they're planning to do. But I've been really impressed by how they've gone about their work in the last 12 months or so.
Sure. Finally, very, very hot weekend, obviously drinks breaks and everything, but will that play on your mind with the 5 substitutes?
No, I don't think it'll play on my mind anymore. I think the hot weather is something which we're probably not so used to in this country, but I've worked in Spain before and there's been drinks breaks and the players got on with it. Maybe the games have been played in the evenings, for example, which can sometimes help as well. But I mean, it's not what we're used to really. But overall, I think we'll get on with it and everybody will try and do the best they can. Thank you.
Alice?
Hi David.
Hi there.
You started the season, of course, against the reigning champions Manchester City. At the time you said your opening fixture couldn't have been more testing. Next up you travelled to newly promoted Nottingham Forest, of course, an entirely different challenge. How different a test are you expecting from them on Sunday?
A big challenge. You only need to look at what Fulham done in their first game up. You only need to look at what Bournemouth done in their first game at home. So they were both at home and they both get positive results. So we know exactly how difficult it's going to be going to Nottingham Forest. I think you would always, if you had your choice, try not to play against the newly promoted teams right at the opening games of the season. But our first away game and Notts Forest's first home game pits us against them.
Yeah, how much does it differ your approach and preparation then?
Well, I can't really do anything about it. I'm just making a point that you would rather probably play these teams at a different time in the season, so that it doesn't differ or affect how we approach the game.
Forest's first Premier League home game in 23 years. What kind of atmosphere are you expecting at City Ground?
Well, it's been a great club over many years. The history connected to Nottingham Forest is fantastic. I don't think there'll be any football fan, certainly in the UK, who wouldn't know the name Brian Clough, Nottingham Forest. Half of us could probably name the team what they had in the European finals. We've got an incredible football history. It was great that we got Leeds United back in the Premier League a couple of years ago, but I think it's also great that Notts Forest are back in the division as well. But my job's to go and beat them, so that's what I'm concentrating on.
Absolutely. How important is it going to be then to keep the home fans quiet, particularly in those opening exchanges?
I don't think we're trying to keep the home fans quiet. I think we quite enjoy it. I think everybody enjoys it. I think the atmosphere since after lockdown, everywhere we go in football has been incredible. We had a pre-season friendly in Lens in France, which was an unbelievable atmosphere. So the players are all used to it now, they enjoy it. So we hope there is. We hope it's a noisy ground and we look forward to going and playing there.
Yeah, how much do your players thrive from that atmosphere?
Well, I think all players at the highest level are always looking forward to playing in big games and big atmospheres. That's what they want. They're used to it, and our players are very much used to it. We've got a stadium that holds 62,000, so we should be.
I know you've mentioned Jesse Lingard, of course, a lot made of him and his move to Forest. You could, of course, come up against him on Sunday. How much could it play to your advantage, the fact you know him so well, having worked so closely with him not so long ago?
I don't think it actually helps you a great deal. All we do know is that Jesse's a very good player. The spell he had for us here at the club was exceptional. We really enjoyed having him. He played a big part in getting us into Europe. The goals he scored in the second half of the season were great for us. I think he got about 9 goals in 15 games or something. He was exceptional. So that's why we showed interest. So yeah, we know a lot about him, but that's about it really.
You mentioned that having played in Europe there, I know we're only one game into the season, but a brilliant record in the Premier League over the last 2 campaigns, finishing 6th and then 7th. Is top 6 very much the aim this season, or is it too early to say?
I think we're still piecing ourselves together. I think I would be able to, I'll know better once we get everything in place. We're fixing ourselves out at the moment, but the aim is always to finish at the top of the league if you can. We want to challenge. For long parts of last season we were actually in the top 4, so we want to try and continue to push for that if we can. But we know we're going to have to reach really high standards again. We need to get our rhythm back, and we're going to have to find that momentum which in fair we've had over the last 2.5 years.
Brilliant, thanks, David.
Thank you.